Hey guys, what's up? It's your man Kamari, chilling right now, and I'm making a video for it's a video request, I guess. Uh, it's for Braylon 708, I think. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's for Braylon or Miss Tay Tay. It's one of faithful subscribers. Always comment in my videos. Thank you guys for viewing me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you. I always appreciate it. But the video was talking about being gay in church. Um, and sorry about the dogs in the background. They're going through a heat phase, so they're gonna be whining in the background. But you wanted me to talk about gays in the church, gays and lesbians, bisexual, LGBT, and I guess being in the church. Um, For my experience being in church, my church is not really a church, it's a ministry, and it's small. It's like very small. It's probably about 6 people, maybe about five, 6 people, give or take, in my ministries. Um, but it took a minute to get the respect that I have now, me being one trans and everything. Um, Certain churches, it's kind of crazy, like certain churches say he, especially when it comes to my family, they know him. And my father, he's so old-fashioned, man. He's supportive, but he's not always, you know, he ain't gave up that whole who I was, that whole thing, that he's dealing with it. And so when we go to family functions and churches, and my aunt being a pastor of a certain church, she old fashioned, you know. She knew me when I was High, 7 years old when they adopted me. She didn't know that I was born both. She didn't know I decided to go ahead and transition. So it's hard when, they see me and I'm talking to my aunt and she's like, well, you know, I be like blah blah blah, and then you got that one person that's in the church want to walk up when you're talking to your aunt to ask who are you? So who are you? Is this your daughter? I mean your son? Nah, no. But she's blunt broadcast. No, that is my aunt, my niece. Wait a minute. Facial hair, voice drop. You tell these people that are in this church, I am your niece. They're gonna think something wrong with you. They're gonna think something real crazy because they looked at me. Oh, that's your nephew. No, that's my niece. Wait a minute. Hold. Why does family people do that? I don't understand that. When you go to church, you're not supposed to tell all your business to the church. I don't care if you are best friends with the pastor. You're not supposed to tell all your business to the church. Um, I don't understand people confide like parents confide in the church. Well, I'm going to talk to the reverend because I don't understand this, and maybe the pastor or the reverend can help us. Help us do what? There is nothing. The only person you should be praying and talking to is God Himself, and not a bunch of strangers or a bunch of people you go to that's going to talk smack about you behind your back. Certain churches are good, but a lot of them do a lot of sinful things and then want to sit up there and dictate your lifestyle. That's the part I'm going to get to. Being gay in a church, if it, I don't understand. They say come as you are, say you're welcome, we support all, you know. come to the house of the Lord, get the sermon, in your inner spirit, down in you, so you can grow on a higher spiritual level with the man upstairs. But then they tear down them words that they say, well, you're welcome. Come as you are. Well, if you're gay, I'm figuring you're coming as you are, because there ain't no way you can change that. And my thing and thoughts that God knew who you were before you knew who you are. So he knew you was gonna be gay. He knew you was gonna be bisexual. He knew you was gonna be trans. He knew that you might be genderqueer, whatever. He knew what you was gonna be before you knew what you was gonna be or who you was gonna become. So my thing is, if he know all your fashion forms, the paths you're gonna end up taking to get to where you're gonna go, or what levels that you're gonna be on, why not be able to come to his house? Why not cherish a man? If he's love, why not be able to get some of his love? Then have hate come to you because of what your lifestyle is. I don't understand that. Now it's the days that a lot of churches, to me, turn away, shun upon people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, people from the LGBTQ community, people actually who are homeless, maybe be down on their luck, you know. They shun upon them. Like, we're not going to have this in our church. But wait a minute. God said, oh, welcome all people. Welcome all. So why are you going to tell them they are not allowed in the Lord's house because it's not up to your expectations, not up to God's level, but up to your expectations. You can't worship a man and you give expectations that he is not even given to them. You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of these churches do a lot of things for money, you know, and if you don't like give them I guess the looks, um, or the response that they're needing to fill up their members in their church, um, then they don't want any part of you. If it makes them look bad, they don't want to welcome you. Especially if you're gay or you bisexual or you lesbian or you trans, they don't want to welcome you because people are gonna look at their church in a negative manner, and they don't want that in their house. But my thing is, what if you was knocking on God's door and he was telling other people like us that we can come in and you couldn't come into his house, which is filled with love and not hate, you know? What would you do? How would you feel? You would feel a little bit how a lot of us feel. You know, a lot of these people take the word into their own context than to really take it from the man upstairs and take what you're reading to heart. You can be a pastor, you can be a preacher, you can be the mother of the church, you can be the bishop, you can be the deacon, you can be the reverend, whatever. But if you don't have that love from God in your heart, you're speaking nothing but Satan words. And you're doing more sinful things and giving more of a bad name in God's name than we are of being who we are. You know, you can't judge someone and then it's in the Bible saying God is the only one that can judge us. So who gives you the right to judge us? Our sin, you calling this what lesbians and being gay and being trans is wrong. It's an abomination. It's in the Bible, but anything you're doing in the house of the Lord is abomination when you're going against what his commands are. If you're judging someone, that is a sin. If you're sitting up here dictating what somebody does and how they carry themselves up to your level, that is a sin. If you're making remarks that make someone feel bad and you're in the house of the Lord, that is a sin. So no sin is better than another sin. Sin is sin. And until these churches realize this, only thing you're gonna do is still be preaching nothing but Satan words. You know, I'd rather go to a church that I feel comfortable. I can sit there and I can get the word in me, and I learn something, and I can take it into my life and put myself into that scripture or whatever they're talking about. But I will not sit up here and go to a church that I feel ridiculed and then I'm shunned upon because of the way I am. You know. Um, my aunt, she respects me. you know, it's just hard for her to deal with. And like I said, it's nothing new about who I am and the way I am. It's just they're not used to it. They try to hold on. I guess, like family really tries to hold on. It's so hard for them to let go and embrace the new. But when they embrace the new, it's going to be worth it. They're going to respect the person you are. They do now, but it just takes time, compared to where we were back, they were back then, and now it's okay if they open their eyes to it, but they're just not ready because there's a lot of people worry about what people say about them, you know. Oh, you accept that in your house. Oh, you let that in your church. There you go. Oh, you let gay people in your church. Why are you going to let sin in your church? What sin? Who church? Y'all already sinning anyway. I mean, a lot of these churches kill me. They do more sinful things, but then want to judge somebody based on their lifestyle preference or how they get paid or what they do or what they're wearing. They base a lot of that. And my thing is, if you're going to a church to get the word, God said, "Come as you are, and come and embrace in my house." Can't embrace when they have nothing but biggery, bigots, liars, sinful, deceivers. Um, can we go on the list? Adultery, people lying, stealing, stealing out of collection plates from the church. I know it all, baby. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing more. Y'all churches are doing more sin than they are doing good in Jesus' name. So stop trying to hate on people for being who they are. But at least guess what? They're being honest. In the church, you're being trying to think of what that word is. If y'all can think of that word, put it down there. What they're being in the house of the Lord. You know, I'm just saying, it's nothing wrong with being who we are because we're being honest, and God knows us already. The only thing about it is you're lying to yourselves, but you're lying in the house of the Lord. Now, who really is the bigger sinner? Us or you? Peace.